Hello, 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 everybody. I hope I'm coming through. Today, I want to share with all of you the roadmap to finally break free. Let me move some things around. Today, I want to share with you the roadmap to finally break free from the spiral and exhaustion of a book solid practice and actually creating freedom in your life and business. I want to talk through the roadmap. And specifically, I want to talk about the fourth step in this roadmap. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Um, and also, I just know my team and I have been hearing from so many of you amazing heart centered holistic practitioners, folks who you know that you are here to serve and give, and it is clear that the way we are often taught to work as holistic practitioners often is the very thing that blocks us from serving at our greatest capacity. So if you're joining me live, can you please let me know that the sound is coming through? Can you like tap the heart button? Let me know you can hear me. I got all sorts of tech setup going on here. So if you could let me know that we're good, that would be amazing. Okay. I think I see some hearts coming through, so I think we're good. All right. So I love to teach through stories. So that is where I'm going to start with this. And as always, like say hi, let me know where you're coming from, all that good stuff. So I had a call. I'm going to share the roadmap here in a second. And I want to talk about why this is so important. So I had a call recently with a coach, and this is somebody who I appreciate and adore. And they shared with me that they had done in this past year, they had this really cool workshop that they did. It was around couples setting intentions for the new year. And she did this initial workshop, and then she had quarterly follow-ups for this offer for couples to check in. And she was telling me about it. She was telling me about how her and her husband do this and how uh, this is something that they do. And she was sharing how it changed her life. And then she also shared her frustration in that it wasn't profitable. She felt like she was spinning her wheels trying to like get everything scheduled, all the follow-ups, getting people on board, all the check-ins, like just getting people, especially to those follow-up meetings, was really, really stressful. And of course, I asked her, I said, how much did you charge for this? And she did the thing, and just know I have done this. So if you've done this, I'm just lovingly calling this out. She did the thing where she said, "Oh, I have 5 couples interested. My hourly rate is $200." And so she divided her hourly rate by the number of people there, and that is what she did to set her price. And I was like, how many of you have done this, right? I see a lot of people do this. We do this with packages, right? This is that time for money thing, and why time for money is often the biggest trap, right? Y'all, we are an industry that has been taught that our value comes from our doing. And when we trade time for money, the only thing that we have to leverage is our time, our money, and our doing. And you don't realize that there is so much more to this process than just the time that you spend with your clients. There's so much more to this. So anyway, I chatted with her and I was like, okay, so she divided the delivery time of this workshop by the number of people who wanted to join, and that's where she came up with her price. And then I was like, but how much time did it take you to prepare? Right? And we tallied that up. And then I was like, well, and how much time did you have to do the follow-up? How much time, like literally looking at this entire process, how much time does this take you? And we tallied that up and realized that she lost money in this entire process. And more importantly, when I stepped in and I said, you know, You and your husband have been doing this process for years. What has this done for you as a couple? How has this impacted your marriage? What has been the benefits of this? She just went off on all the amazing things that have happened to her and her husband. And that's when I finally stopped and asked, and I said, what is it going to take for the couples that are interested in this workshop that you're doing to show up to the level that you know is possible for them? And so, what I showed her and what we created is what I call a container of support. This is about packaging your brilliance, about giving a structure of support and a process for people to follow where they get to, one, decide that they are done tolerating their current circumstances, and then step into this beautiful container where you provide the tools, the resources, the support, all of that, so that they can move towards a goal, right? I heard this quote recently that what got you here isn't what's going to get you there. So, a container of support is really about holding the space for people to step into a new way of being and doing. So at the end of this call, we came up and we shifted, right? She took a workshop that she barely charged. It was $200, it was actually $45, I think, each session over the year. We turned it into $1,000 container of support. She was so excited. She enrolled 10 people into it. Just listen to that. Because it was aligned for the goals of the client, because it was aligned with her and her energy and her brilliance. And we created this container of support that allowed her to step in more fully into this process. So, this is how I want you to start thinking, right? I've been talking recently, a lot of book solid practitioners, you do the thing where you give extra time, where you're given all these resources, where you're doing all this stuff, right? We're constantly, as practitioners, telling our clients what to do, right? We live in a world that has taught us that knowledge is what's going to save us. That if you have enough information, if you understand enough things, then that's all you need to get the results, right? But how many of you have signed up for courses that you've probably never finished? How many of you tell your clients all the time to drink water, listen to their body, like all the things, and still they cycle in their stress and pain, right? A container of support, what this does is it takes all of that information, but it gives them the structure to do it, right? It's not that they need more information, it's that they need to stop putting everything else in front of their health and wellness, choose to make it a priority, and do the damn things that they already know they should be doing. It's a different way. So, like when you shift how you structure your services and when you shift how you get paid for your work, what happens is it shifts how the client shows up and it shifts how they implement and take all of your brilliance and put it into action in their lives. Is this resonating? Are you tracking? Right? And the beauty of a container of support is that it's about taking your brilliance, right? Just giving it this structure. And what that means is when you shift how you get paid and shift how you support your clients, it's actually easier. It is, I think this is the hardest thing for folks who hear this to realize is that your next level, right, isn't about doing more. Your next level is actually leveraging the small things you're already doing and shifting how you receive for them. That is the next level. And the same is true for all of you, right? Again, my team and I have been talking to so many of you who you have made this decision that it's time for you to shift how you show up. It's time for you to shift how you structure your services, how you get paid. And the brain likes to say, well, if I figure it out, I'll be good. And you want to know how you can implement a container of support for yourself? you step into a container of support for yourself. Um, this is what we do in Body Mind Coaching. We work with you to do this, and I want to share that roadmap with you as well. And I just want to say, for those of you listening who you like know in your gut, right? It has been a lot these past few years. And if we have learned anything in the holistic healing space, we have to shift how we work in order for us to show up and serve at our greatest capacity. And if you'd love to learn how this might look for you and what might be possible for you, schedule a time to talk with my team, thenewbodymind.com/discovery, about what it would look like to step into this and how we might be able to support you in doing that. We are going to be taking a couple of weeks off for the holidays. So now is the time. If you've been thinking about this, now is the time to schedule your call. But let me share with you this roadmap, right? The container of support, packaging your brilliance. This is just one step in the process. So let me share with you, so you can start to see this, how you can start moving from that space of overwhelm, exhaustion. If you're booked solid, this is about how you're going to start to get your time and your life back. If you're on that roller coaster where you're booked one week and like nothing the next, this is going to also start to give you a little bit of consistency. And for those of you who are stepping into this industry and you are committed, right? You have that entrepreneurial thing inside of you and you are committed to being a practitioner that thrives instead of being a statistic that burns out. Definitely schedule a call. This roadmap is for you. So the first step in this process is you gotta claim your brilliance. You have to recognize that you are more than what you physically do during a session. Nothing can change until you start to see that you bring more to the literal table than just your hands-on work or just your Reiki or just your yoga or just the personal training or just whatever it is that you you do as a holistic practitioner, than even just your coaching, processes. There is so much more to what you do than just what you physically do. There is a brilliance, a magic about you that is so innate and obvious to who you are that is actually the key to your next level. Okay? The second thing that happens, and this is something I see all the time, is for holistic practitioners, you are so good at giving all the extra time. You're good at giving extra resources. You will spend extra time giving people the information and the knowledge that they need to help them. But the thing is, your clients haven't actively raised their hand to say that they want to receive it. So the second thing that needs to happen is it's kind of a two-parter. First, you need to claim that you claim it for yourself, define it in your business, and then you actually need to capture all of that in how you are paid. The way that we often do this with our clients is we help them get paid for the entire session. Y'all, I was the massage therapist for years who spent 30 to 45 minutes extra with every single client. And one of the first things that I ever did that changed my entire life was instead of having clients pay for a 60-minute massage, I had them pay for a 90-minute session. Now, in Body Mind Coaching, we actually give you the script to do this. And for many of our clients, like if you do the math, take the number of extra hours that you're spending with your clients, and maybe like this lovely person I shared with you earlier, all the prep work that you're doing, right? What are all the behind the scenes things that you are doing that go into how you serve your clients? Actually charging for it is a game changer. When I did the math myself and I looked at all the people I was spending extra time with, multiplying that by the time I was spending, the number of people I was doing this with, and my hourly rates, do y'all want to realize that brought in an additional $30,000 in my business that year? This is a big number, right? If you're listening to this, literally, Do the math. Even when I worked for a spa, I spent 10, 15 minutes extra with every single client. I used every ounce of the in-between time for that client. My rebooking rate was like 90% because of it, right? You are like, there is a brilliance that is happening there, and you have to claim it for the client to receive it, right? They'll start to shift how they show up when you actually claim for all that you're bringing to the session and all to the table. All right, the third thing that is part of this is raising your rates. This is something we do with literally every single person that works with us. We've had clients, as a massage therapist, I used to raise my rates like $5-10 a year. We have clients that have raised their rates from like $100 to an intro 90-minute session to $500 for an intro 90-minute session. Now, that may inspire you, that might not inspire you, but a lot of our clients end up raising their rates by 20, 30, sometimes 50, hundreds of dollars. So raising your rates is the next part of this. Because again, right, we sit here and tell people to prioritize their self-care, yet then we say, let's discount myself. When you discount yourself, when you lower rates, when you hold back on your brilliance, you're actually telling your clients that their self-care and prioritizing their self-care should also be discounted, right? So claim your brilliance, charge for your full session, raising your rates. Number 4 is the container of support. Once you have done those first 3 steps, when you implement a container of support, you actually now give your clients a next step for them to show up to themselves in an even more impactful way. All right. So that is something that we love to do. And that container of support, this is where you start to leverage your time. This is where you start to really create a lot of freedom for yourself, as well as help your clients get even better results for what they're stepping into. And just as a heads up, not every client's going to step into a container of support. That is okay. But what happens when you get this is that if you have a handful of clients in a container of support, it's less work for you, yet it'll also help you create long-term consistency and hit your revenue goals with a lot more ease. Just think about this. Instead of needing to, this was me, instead of needing to book 100 clients a month to reach to pay my rent and utilities and all that stuff, when you have a container of support, if you have like 3 to 5 clients in a container of support, you can make the same amount of money. Okay. The fifth step in this process, and this is what we love to do in Body Mind Coaching, is once you've done those other steps, now it's time to simplify, scale, and serve. Okay, this is the kicker, because I know y'all are here to make an impact. You all are here to do amazing things and to serve and to give, right? And I want to remind all of you, the giving happens automatically because of who you are. Now, damn, I have another story. You're all good for one more story. I promise that I sit here, I'm like, I'm going to talk for 10 minutes and then I got so much to say. Here's what gets me. Okay, so yes, we are here to give, right? I once went to this business conference where this dude, this like super masculine dude, got up and he's in his like upper 50s. He was trying to be cool. He had like this super tight white t-shirt on that you could totally see his nipples through, and the tight jeans, and like the pair of shoes, like the tennis shoes that probably cost like $500. That for me, I'm like, Anyway, so he gets up there and I'm in a room of probably 70% men, 30% women. And the dude gets up there and he's like, do y'all want to know the secret to success? Do you want to know how you're going to get to your next level, right? And he's like, getting the crowd riled up. And then he goes, the secret to your next level is to give. And then give some more and give and give and give. And I watched all the men in the room, right? The men, male identifying, masculine energy, I should say, in the room just get so fired up, right? And I immediately thought of my husband who, he was raised, he played sports, he played football. His entire life, he has been told that it's okay for him to take the yards, to go for the thing. So this idea of giving to get to your next level, absolutely. Although I question the idea, if you're giving to get, are you really giving? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so I saw that happen. They're all like cheering, and then I saw all the feminine energy, the women identifying folks in the room. I just saw them cower. I saw them like, oh, here they were being told again to give, to sacrifice, to put more of themselves out there, right? So many of us, we get into this profession because we are naturally the helpers. We are naturally the givers. The giving of who you are happens because you are. Your presence is giving. Your presence is serving. Your presence alone changes lives. The hard part for so many holistic healers is receiving. And you have to start to recognize that as you receive, you will actually give more. Now, here's where this starts to be a challenge in an industry that teaches us to trade time for money. When we are taught, we give by doing, our value comes from doing. And if we want to give, we discount, we give extra time, right? We sacrifice ourselves to give. And so what ends up happening is that this idea, right? If you were sitting here called to there's more, you feel there's more, that you can serve at a higher capacity, but you sit here and say, but my time is maxed out, but my energy is maxed out, but I have no idea where I can give more. Of course, you're naturally going to resist this next level. And think about how many people are missing out because our industry has taken a kind, loving, generous heart and confined it. This idea of shifting how you get paid and receiving for your brilliance is in service of the entire world. You want the world to be a better place. You want, right, to address climate change and make some shifts. You want to make the world a more equitable, loving, kind place where everybody has the capacity to live this work. You want that. That is part and innate to who you are. But if you are continuing to equate that your doing is the thing, then you're always going to be exhausted, right? This roadmap, claiming your brilliance, actually charging for the full session and charging for your brilliance, raising your rates and having them reflect all that you bring out there, creating containers of support where you can start to leverage this and actually support people at a higher level. And then you get into this last stage of simplifying, scaling, and serving. What you realize is you can actually impact more and more people in ways that don't drain you. This is an example of this, right? I am obviously giving this. I hope this is valuable for y'all. I would give a lot away for free. My team, we love doing these discovery sessions to help you find that clarity, right? And if we can support you in making it happen, we'll invite you to join our programs, right? We do free events. I do free, there's so many ways to provide and give value that is actually light and embodied and expansive. But if you continue to believe that your value is tied to what you physically do, the world will miss out on your brilliance. All right. Thank you for letting me share that. So again, right, container of support is about it. That is the up level, right? For us, we focus very much in how we serve our clients is helping them create those containers of support, which shifts how you get paid. It shifts how the clients show up, and really it just creates a positive wave of change in the world. But that is just one step of the entire thing. Again, I know there are so many of you listening that have been around here for a while. I see you. I see you. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook and all the things. I see all y'all. My team and I would love to chat with you. If right, you feel that calling inside of you that something's got to give. Maybe it's time to reclaim your time, right? For some of you, if you're booked solid, how amazing would it be to get back your time without a dip in your income, right? We can help you do that. Um, if you're already making that decision, right, that it is time for you to claim this, it's when you know this, when your body says this, right, this is the body mind method. You need to act, right? You take that knowing, that energy, and you put it out into the world. So how we want to support you is my team and I are available to get on the phone with you. I don't know where to look right now. My team and I are available to get on the phone with you. You can schedule a call, thenewbodymind.com/discovery, and we'll chat with you we'll talk through this roadmap. We'll talk about where there's probably hidden income in your business already. We'll talk about how you can start to see a different way to structure your services. And of course, if we can help you do that, we'll share more about body mind coaching, how it works. We have members, we're actually starting our next group in January. We have members who have already said yes to body mind coaching who are already implementing containers of support, and they're getting paid in new ways, and we haven't even started, right? So the cool thing is when you step into our program, we actually have bonus support that starts immediately. So go schedule your call. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day. Bye, everybody. I gotta press all the buttons. Bye.